forgot the name. Come on, man. You Mr. Harvard buff, man.
Shit, like, I said 80 slashers, my brother. I mentioned my guys.
True. Right. Yeah, cause I was a fly by night Harvard fan. Like I like certain shit, but it wasn't. I wasn't like
Fiend.
into it.
I was like slashers too, because like when it goes to like Alfred Hitchcock was a different type of horror genre for me. You know what I'm saying? Like Alfred Hitchcock was like old school, so that's like Psycho and other things that I didn't really watch too much. But I watched Psycho, but like I was the '80s slasher cat. So Jason, Freddy, Mike, Chucky, Hellraiser, Leprechaun, like all of that shit like that was more like
Hood?
Yeah, my theme. So when I hear rappers rapping about it, which once again a lot of rappers take from the mafioso, saying flows, they do mafioso rap, they do horror rap, so they're gonna pull from all those pop cultures, and most of those things was popping in the 80s, and most of these rappers, our favorite rappers, grew up in the 80s, teens in the 90s, adults in the 2000s, so they gonna go back to these references and shit. You know what I mean? They
Makes
gonna
sense.
tie all that together.
Yo, there's this one horror flick, son. My uncle always put it on us to scare us to go to sleep, right?
Crazy.
It was some shit.
Horror shit to go to bed.
Nah, because we was being disrespectful in the crib. Like, we ain't go. You getting too old enough to get the ass whooped. So we're gonna throw this on, like you feel me? And then you just be sitting there under the covers,
scared as shit,
eventually fall asleep.
Facts.
It was this it was a killer, right? It was an Indian killer. It was a Texas movie, like it was like a cowboy movie. And the Indian dude comes alive. It was a statue that stood by the door or the inn or whatever. Right. And at night he goes on a murder spree. You feel me? And they come back. Crazy. I forgot. It was a series of movies that came in a 3-pack.
I wouldn't say Jeepers Creepers, but that sounds Jeepers Creepers-esque.
I forgot, son, but it was like the packaging was like a skull. It was a black packaging with a skull, and then it came with 3 different movies. I forgot the name. Come on, man. You Mr. Harvard buff, man.
I said 80 slashers, my brother. I mentioned my guys.
True. Right. Look at me assuming you know everything.
Right. I just said, I like the 80 slashers, the popular guys. You know what I'm saying? You don't know all the horror shit, bro.
look, assuming like a jackass. I'm dumb. Son.
I'm dead.
Oh man.
Nah, that one I was familiar with. Because what's funny is that there was horror movies out there, bro, that definitely didn't age well and definitely was whack. Like that's why I think the horror movies that came out that were like the Jasons, the Freddys, and all that, they were very different. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of those movies back in the day were whack. Like they had to adopt shit. I think Wes Craven, John Carpenter, you know what I'm saying? Those, if they weren't on the movies, it was hard to get a good horror movie out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because a lot of it is cookie cutter, and then the sound effects back then was ass too.
The graphics, the story, plus like, how many times you gonna have people? How you gonna follow the same formula? Because remember they started stealing the formulas from those movies because they were so successful, but they didn't have the budget, they didn't have the storyline. There was so many other things that came to it versus like, okay, give you some breasts, saying some topless girls, some flashing, you know what I'm saying? It was beyond that, and like a lot of, trust me, we loved it for that. Don't get me wrong, but we still like a good movie. You know what I'm saying? We still like a good movie with good quality. And even if the other movies that you was copying from were sequels on sequels, but you're fan made at that point. You already became a fan, so you can do 3-4 movies and be repetitive or be like, this was better than this one or whatever. But I think horror movies started taking a change. I know we're getting a little off topic a little bit, but horror movies took a change probably in I want to say mid 90s again, like after when Wes Craven came back and started doing horror movies, because that's when Scream came out and shit. You know what I'm saying? It reinvented that. I Know What You Did Last Summer. You know what I mean? Like it reinvented the wheel a little bit. Yeah,
that was my shit. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Those directors need to be on the scenes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So and then the movies got a little bit better because the videography's got better, you know what I'm saying? The graphics got better.
CGI and all that got better.
Everything started getting a little better, so you can start making movies like The Saws and start making thrillers and suspense horrors and shit. That's when you had to blend those in. You can't just make it slasher. You had to throw thriller or suspense in. It needed to be a little bit more. They started adapting to that.
One movie that was like like scary as hell when I was younger was the Blair Witch Project, son.
You know what's funny?
It was
I
the
thought
Blair
The
Witch.
Hills Have Eyes was more scarier than Blair Witch Project, but what was that? It was
Hills Have
like a
Eyes.
documented. It was documented type of thing. I think even Paranormal Activity was scarier than Blair Witch.
Yo, when I first seen Paranormal, that shit fucked me up.
Oh,
son.
bro, who you telling?
Yo, boy, I can still see Shorty getting dragged out that
Oh,
bed.
bro. So
when she got pulled like slowly out the bed, I was like,
or when she walked up and just looked at dude and snatched dude up type of shit. That whole shit was scary, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You know what's funny? I first watched that movie, bro. I was living in New Hampshire with my kids, my boys in college and shit, and they had like we had watched the movie, but then they had like left like right after. It's like late at night, and this house is already creepy as it is. But now I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying? I lived upstairs, right? And these dudes left, right?
Shit.
Now I'm chilling downstairs because I was already scared, but I didn't think dudes was gonna leave. So I was like, all right, I ain't gonna go back upstairs until like somebody else goes upstairs. But they left. So I was like, oh, so I guess I'm here by myself and shit. So I'm by myself downstairs. I hear shit upstairs now. I said, oh, I'm just gonna stay down here the whole night. Like, this is crazy. Like, how I watch this movie and all that shit's going on. So like, yeah, we stayed downstairs after that. Like, there's 2 movies that's had me shook like that as an adult: The Strangers and Paranormal Activity. Both of those movies had me shook, bro. Both.
I would say for me as an adult, Paranormal Activity and the first Insidious movie.
Okay.
That shit fucked me up because there's one scene that fucked me up when the dude with the trench coat on was walking back and forth outside the crib.
Okay.
He's walking back and forth, and then at one point he comes in the crib walking back and forth like this. Feel me? And then he turn around and just grab Shorty. I was like, oh
yeah,
no,
nah.
that shit fucked me up, son.
The one thing that when it comes to horror movies for me, bro, I tell people this shit all the time, man, is that I'll do slashers. I'll do a movie like The Saw. Like, I'll even do shit that's kind of too realistic. But the one things that we don't do is the spiritual movies. We don't do the real spiritual movies, bro. Like,
nah, I get it. You almost bringing that shit to the crib.
I can't, bro. I can't. I'm too shook because I truly believe in that shit. You know what I'm saying? I believe in, spirits in the outer world and shit like that. So,
yeah.
When I watch those, I feel like, am I going to go home and hear, is something just going to fall off my wall for no reason? Like, like, what am I about to experience when I get home and shit? Like, nah, I'm good, man. I don't want to invite none of that type of shit into the environment,
I get it,
bro.
I get it.
Hell,
but those be the ones that be like that fuck with me because it's psychological horror.
Yeah,
because like, you feel me? 13 Ghosts is one of my favorite joints coming up. 13 Ghosts. That shit was crazy.
That movie was solid.
That shit was definitely a good one.
It was definitely solid.
Another movie that was dope, but it didn't get that much spins was this shit called. For some reason, I don't know. My school was fucked up. They had us watch this shit when I was like in elementary school. Why?
That's crazy.
But like what the fuck? Like Darkness Falls. I forgot what that shit is about. That shit was so fire, son.
Wait, hold on. I'm getting that mixed up with 30 Days, 30 Nights. I don't think I know Darkness Falls. I'm getting that mixed up with 30 Days, 30 Nights. My fault. That's a vampire movie.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
Nah, I forgot what that shit is about now. But when I was scared, nigga, I did not go to sleep, son. I didn't go to sleep for the whole weekend, son. Like, hell no, I feel that.
I feel that, dog.
That shit used to be crazy, son.
Well, shit, dog. Before we get too into horror, I can talk horror all day too. I can do that all day. But